welcome to another episode of Third Shot Podcast. We are so appreciative of all of the support and all of our wonderful guests. We've got another great episode. But before we jump into it, please go to our social media, Instagram and Facebook at Third Shot Podcast or on X at Third Shot Pod. Go ahead and give us a follow, send us some comments. We love to see all of them. We also have our website, thirdshotpodcast.com, where you can find all of our previous episodes, as well as some blog posts and some awesome Third Shot apparel.
Yes, you can.
Ready to kick this off? I've got a fun little drink here.
What are you drinking? What is that?
Mango Gold. It's a prebiotic and probiotic sparkling drink.
Nice. That sounds
It's like
refreshing.
soda, healthier soda. Yeah.
Yeah. I am drinking a black cherry Ziva.
Ooh.
Zevia.
Cheers.
I don't know why I call it Ziva. Cheers. I tend to think there was a drink called a Ziva before. Am I wrong?
I've not heard of it or had it before, but I do love Zevias. I think that the carbonation in them is what keeps me coming back. I love a really fizzy drink.
Yeah. Kind of gives you a little energy.
Yeah. And it's refreshing. Just feels so good.
Now, everybody keeps asking me, Bridget, because we're getting really close to the wedding. I think this episode will probably go live maybe a week before the wedding or something like that. So I know you've been running around, you've been scrambling. I think you got pretty much everything taken care of, but just little loose ends. Just give us a quick update. Everything good?
Everything is great. Like you said, just a few last minute things of tying up loose ends, decoration wise and everything. But all of the big stuff, we've met with the DJ, we've met with the day of coordinator, and it sounds like we've got our timeline set for the day. It's going to be an eventful day for sure. Everything is just kind of like from 4 a.m. all the way until 11:30 p.m., just like planned out down to the minute. So it'll be super exciting. Today, when I was out running some errands, I did treat myself a little bit, which gave me a moment to relax and enjoy. But have you heard of the Dubai chocolate craze?
Yes.
So at Zupa's, Cafe Zupa's, the sandwich and salad soup place, they have a strawberry Dubai chocolate cup. So it's like a little cup with strawberries inside of it with chocolate and like that pistachio cream and the crushed pistachios and the toasted little crunchy things. And it was so good.
You deserve that kind of treat.
It's small things like that during the chaos where I'm like, okay, I just gotta take a moment for myself and enjoy.
So I have to tell you, I was down in Vegas visiting you and hanging out last week. And, I treated myself. You and I went out to dinner. I treated myself to some nice meals like I always do when I'm in Las Vegas, right? And I got back and jumped on the scale and I go, I better, I only have a little more time here before Bridget's wedding. I better get back to it here. Otherwise, I'm going to be round little Uncle Greg at the wedding here. So I've been trying to be good. I've been trying to be good ever since I got back from Vegas. And it was weird because the weight just kind of fell off, right? Because I came back. I've been dying to play pickleball. So I've been playing a lot of, and the weight just fell off. And then the last day, I decided, okay, I'm going to jump on the scale, just make sure. I thought I was trending down, right? Yeah. All of a sudden, 2 pounds appeared.
Oh my gosh. Well, they do say that's normal, like 2 to 5 pounds, I think, could fluctuate with water weight and stuff. So don't get too worried yet.
I must be a camel because I didn't think I was retaining that much water in me, but I guess I am. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. When I look the same. I still fit in the suit and everything. So
that's the most important thing. As long as your clothes fit, you're here to have a good time. It's vacation. We're not worried about what people are looking like.
Okay, thank you. But you are going to look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited.
The dress, obviously, you look fantastic in it. So can't wait. I never asked you, what's the entertainment going to be?
Oh, like at the wedding itself?
at the reception.
Okay. So nothing like professional performance wise, but we've got a DJ. So it'll be
Okay.
a lot of just like music and dancing. We'll do the traditional bouquet toss. So every lady who's not currently married is going to get invited up, or
Okay.
anybody really. I mean, who am I to discriminate? Bring everybody up who's not married or hitched yet,
Okay.
for the bouquet toss. And then we've got like the cake cutting and some desserts and stuff. But aside from that, it's pretty just like enjoy time with each other, some dancing, some fun,
Well,
open
I
bar.
know well, oh, yeah. Well,
That's
Russ is, not with us today for our opening segment, but he is gonna be at the wedding, and I just wonder if he's gonna get the itch to get up on that DJ and just start, playing some music, getting on the mic, right, doing his thing.
we'll see.
We should invite him up just to do, like, a little guest appearance for a few minutes, play a couple of songs. Yeah,
That
do
would be
something fun,
funny.
do yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to plan that.
But I have been playing a lot of pickleball to kinda stay in shape. Back of my mind, I'm going, "Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself." Like, I don't
Yeah, yeah, right. Cause
I don't wanna be in crutches during the wedding.
or a cast or something.
Oh my gosh, because I was actually, with our guest today, Stefan from SpinTip. He's got a fantastic training app, coaching app, and we're going to get into meeting Stefan here in a minute. But he met me at the club, and I invited a couple of people. Roger, who's the coach at Bay Club, who we've had on the show before. Shout out
Yeah.
to Roger. Tanya was there with her son, and her son was hanging out, but he had a cast on his foot. And I'm going, "Oh no, oh no,
Was it from
don't be
pickleball?
an omen here."
Was it a
But
pickleball injury?
no, he's a
Oh,
young
okay, good.
boy, and from what I understand, he might have done some, crazy acrobatics on the bed or something like that.
Oh my
So
gosh. It's always something silly, right?
yeah, but Tanya is a fantastic pickleball player up here. She was a great person to invite to try the SpinTip app because she's always training. She's always trying to level up. She's already just a amazing player. And then Roger, being on the coaching side, he's taking a look at this app because this is fantastic for pickleball and tennis coaches out there.
Right.
So I got both sides of the app using it and giving reviews. So when we bring Stefan on board, we can talk a little bit about both their comments and what my experience has been like using it as well too.
That's awesome. There's like so many things out there now, it seems like, to help people level up their game and just to get better. What
Hmm.
are some things that you do personally? Because, I haven't unfortunately been able to play lately a lot because of all of this wedding chaos,
Sure.
but I'm super looking forward to getting back into it after the
I'm
post
coming
wedding
down,
settles,
man.
the
It's game
honeymoon.
on. Yeah, after the
Yes, and
honeymoon,
so I
I'm
really
coming
do wanna
down.
get back into it full swing and do some stuff to kinda improve my game. What are some things that you do aside from this really cool coaching app that helps you level up?
So I watched a YouTube coach. So he was reviewing a mixed doubles match. I think it was at the PPA, one of the Texas tournaments. It was the mixed doubles 4-0, and that's kind of my level, right? And then he plays each point and he kind of analyzes what happened during the point and what the players did correctly, what the players didn't do correctly, in his opinion, stuff like that, strategically and execution wise. And I watched that and I was like, oh, how interesting how a coach sees a point versus how my eyes see a point and
Yeah,
like what I should be doing strategically, or like one of the things that I think Roger said to me when we were testing out the SpinTip app the other day was, "Greg, you need to bend your knees more." And
mm,
so I looked at the video with the SpinTip app, and I go, "Gosh, he's right." But unless you're videoing yourself, you don't see it. But I was standing up just too straight, and I needed to kind of get a little lower, get in more of a ready position. And I think that's why people say, "Oh, you make it look so easy," and stuff like that, because I'm probably not very good at
you're
ready
just
position.
hanging out.
I'm just like standing up, let's woohoo, let's swing it, right? And when I pull it off, yeah, it looks easy, but there's a lot of times I don't pull it off, and it's because I was out of position and I wasn't in good ready position with my knees bent and the paddle in the right spot and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I've been watching the video in the eyes of a coach, and I thought that was enlightening for me to say, "Oh, okay. Now I kind of see how somebody that knows what they're talking about should be doing." And I think I know that the SpinTip app is going to be really, really helpful for players to work with their coaches through this app for this type of evaluation. So I can't wait to bring Stefan on board here and let him explain how it works for both sides of the equation here, right? Players and coaches are both going to really appreciate what SpinTip brings to the game for both sides.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about it and just how easy it is to get that type of feedback, because sometimes it's either financial reasons or you just don't have the resources close enough to you to be able to do something like that. So this sounds like a really awesome solution, and we can't wait to hear more.
Yeah. So while we bring Stefan on board, this gives everybody an opportunity. Go and follow us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook. Please look us up, Third Shot Podcast, on X, Third Shot Pod. Go to our YouTube account, Third Shot Podcast. Please subscribe. It really does help our show, and it gives us a lot of feedback when you guys give us comments. So we appreciate that. And as Bridgie was saying, Third Shot Podcast has a whole bunch of information that you can find on our website. So I can't wait. Let's bring Stefan aboard. Welcome, Stefan, to Third Shot Podcast.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to hear more about your wonderful app, Spin Tip. But before we get into the questions, we're going to do a little toast to you, Stefan, and your app, Spin Tip. Cheers.
Oh, toast to you
Cheers.
guys.
Cheers to
Cheers.
SpinTip.
Cheers.
So when Uncle was kind of explaining everything to me and what you've got going on, he mentioned that you had a previous career with playing tennis and a little bit of coaching as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Mostly coaching, a little bit of playing. Yeah, I was a good junior player growing up in my home country of Bulgaria. But then I went into engineering, into school, and then I ended up back to tennis in a very synchronistic way, being in Chicago, not knowing what's happening. And Wilson, as a company, came up with a Wilson blade. I wanted to try it, and I accidentally went to a club, tried to figure out how to try the racket, and I ended up being a tennis coach there. And yeah, we
You
started.
gotta tell that story, Stefan, because it wasn't just that simple. It's like it seems like it was almost destiny for you to get into coaching there. Tell the story in depth. It's a great story.
So I used to coach, good tennis players back in Bulgaria. Some of the professionals. One of the girls that I coached was top 30 in the world at some point. So I had, the acumen and the ability to teach and to play. But I was out of the sport for a while. And when I went to Chicago, I was just quitting my PhD and I quit my job as a systems architect at a mobile operator back in my home country. And I saw the article that Wilson Blade is out, and I was telling my partner at the time that I want to go try the racket. And we just randomly searched for a club in the Chicago area, and we went to a random club that had a pro shop. I went to the front desk and asked if I can try a racket to buy it, and they started selling me on membership, which was hilarious because I didn't know any of the terminology. I didn't know my NTRP rating or my nothing. So while I'm trying to convince them to play and try the racket, they're trying to convince me to buy membership, and I got frustrated because my message was not coming through and I couldn't receive their message. And as I was talking, a person walked behind me, heard my accent, and asked me where I'm from. And I was like, well, I'm Bulgarian. And he was like, oh, we have a coach on staff from Bulgaria. In retrospect, I was not very polite because I told him, well, great for you. But he insisted of me meeting the person, and I met a childhood friend of mine. And so,
Whoa.
yeah, it was a girl, a lady now that we grew up playing, the juniors from age 10 to 18. So she was very nice that she offered that I come the next day and play a little bit with her, try the racket, and just catch up. And 15 minutes later, the person came to the court and offered me a job. So my friend was
That
kind
is
enough.
wild.
Yeah, my friend, I guess, spoke a little bit about me and my background. And it turned out to be a very prominent tennis person in the whole world. His name is Butch Staples. He is still one of the most important people in tennis, developing a lot of things about junior development, situational training, and club management in general. And he took me under his wing a little bit, and I was not the best employee. But together we did a lot of things. The club was amazing. It was Midtown in Chicago, and it was the largest indoor tennis facility in the country, and in my opinion one of the highest quality facilities. So it was like meeting the one of the pioneers of developmental tennis instruction in the one of the nicest clubs in the country on a random day in the middle of no Chicago. I thought it was meant to be. And
Yeah,
then
it sounds like it.
yeah, and then the journey continued. That place was the base for a lot of good things about tennis. I joined an emerging program called Cardio Tennis, and we grew it to be one of the largest programs in the whole country. We did a lot of cool things with situational training and how we can teach both kids and adults. We ran a lot of programming, and I started implementing a little bit of my technical background, looking at tennis as a system, trying to find the working and the non-working components. Got a little nerdy about racket customization and all those crazy things, but it was a journey that started, accidentally, but it
Really,
continued.
by chance. That's amazing. That is so amazing. And I think, you mentioned briefly a little bit about your technical background. I think we should go a little more into it because it's amazing that you have the perfect background to create this app. You have the mind of a tennis player, a tennis coach. Now you play a little pickleball, as well as you have the technical mind of how to create an app, which most people have no clue how to do that. So, talk a little bit about your technical background as well.
Yeah, I went to study in the Technical University of Sofia, Bulgaria, communications engineering, and that's more like internetworking, how systems work and talk together. And then I was invited to do a master's degree in Germany in one of their top universities. And afterwards, I was lucky to be invited into a PhD program in their elite university in Karlsruhe. And I didn't complete that journey because I got an opportunity to go into industry, and I was a systems architect, like I said, to the Mobiltel, was a telecommunication operator back in my country. But most of my education and technical background is to understand how systems work end to end. You have two players. It can be a player and a coach. It can be a mobile device and a provider. It doesn't matter who the players are, but like how to connect two entities and provide the best experience for them. And for me, that sort of made a natural, segue towards my current occupation and current passions. Is that how I can connect players and coaches, facilities as well, clubs, like how you can create an elevated experience between parties who are interacting and having a relationship anyway. So
Wow, yeah. It does sound like the perfect kind of mix of talents that you have to create something so wonderful. In your coaching experience, what was it that you saw was lacking that kind of sparked the idea to start SpinTip?
there were multiple things that can stand out. The biggest, maybe the two biggest factor was like, I personally want to provide the best service that I have to my clients or to visiting guests or just to people in general. And I realized over time that maybe private lessons or private instruction is a little inefficient because my students come to me with a story. They go and they have a life, they experience their games and their journeys outside of the scope of a lesson much more than in person with me. And when they come with a story, it's hard for me to create a meaningful lesson plan for them because their assessment might not be correct, their impressions might not be correct, and even if they are 100% spot on the issues that have been happening for them, it's very hard for me to recreate that experience for them. I cannot be their opponent. I cannot be at the environment with the conditions, weather, winds, nerves. I
Right.
can't be there when they experience what they experience. So my hope was that how can I put myself in their shoes? How can I experience what they experience? How can I take a glimpse into their journey, into in their situation, so I can create something meaningful for them and make them better, or just calm them down, or do whatever it's necessary to nurture them on their journey towards becoming better players, better people, have more fun, and so far and so on. So
So let's explain to people exactly what SpinTip is and how it works on both sides, both for the player as well as the coach side.
well, it is a broad platform. It's not just an app, but we put a lot of effort in making it very simple to appear like a normal camera application, because one of my first realizations were that if I can take a glimpse of your game, then I can help you. But I also don't want to look at the entire footage, because tennis, pickleball, and other courts, racket sports are inherently inefficient. Like tennis has maybe 25% of playtime and 75% dead time. Pickleball is a little more dynamic with 50-50, usually the ratio. So I was like, I would like to see you play, but I don't want to see all the stuff. I need to
You don't
see,
want to see us walking around picking up the ball,
Yeah, right. Chasing it under bushes
you
and
know,
stuff.
waiting
throwing
for the ball to
tantrums.
fly over the fence. Yeah, right. You got to go hunt it down. You don't want to see all that.
Yeah. So the first thing is that we wanted to create an experience where players just press a button, play their game, and we extract in real time on device without any need for internet connection or any connectivity the essence of your gameplay. And that's why we built SpinTip, the capture function of SpinTip, as an automatic way of extracting the dead play, the dead space, and leaving only the real gameplay using computer vision, a little bit of machine learning. And it was very fun because we make it work on device. So if you have a mobile phone, you can do that with a click of a button. But we were not happy with that. We wanted to take it to a next step, because not every point out of that game is a gem. Usually, from a player's perspective point of view and from the coach's perspective point of view, we look at our game in two different ways. Is it something that I want to share with myself or with my community, like my highlights? Or is it something that I would like to get better at, which are my lowlights? So we created an entirely new viewing experience, designing a unique video player, which lets you see your game point by point. You can seamlessly scroll between the points and jump to any point of your reel of points that you've just played. And if you like a point, you can just swipe up to select it. And if you don't like a point, you can swipe down to delete it. So it's more like a, we were joking, it's like a dating experience for tennis and pickleball points, because you can move quickly through the game, you can speed up playback, you can go to the resolution of the point, so you can view your game up to 10 times faster. But also you can start curating and creating your custom clips to decide whatever you want to do with them. So a lot of the people that already tried SpinTip are loving this feature, because 20 minutes pickleball game, you can review it under 3 minutes. It's very quickly, you can go through all your points. You can quickly select 3 or 4 of your points, which are highlights, something that you want to maybe brag about or share with your community, friends or family members, or whoever it's dear to you. And you can connect with them with a click of a button. So we're saying that in under 60 seconds, you can brag about your game to anybody. But also in the same time, in under 60 seconds, you can create a set of points that you really want to help with, that you really want to, find a coach that can help you with that particular situation. And that's where SpinTip is very powerful, in my opinion, and I'm biased. But out of the entire gaming experience, I usually have 1 or 2 pain points. And the experience that we are providing for our customers is that they can select a point and they can leave an impression, which is very powerful. With a click of a button, I can leave a message to whoever wants to listen, usually my coach, and I can say anything about my particular point. Maybe it can be something technical, maybe it can be something tactical, but also can be something emotional. It's very powerful to say to your coach, hey, coach, I'm struggling here. I don't know what to do. Or it can be something very specific, like, oh, this third shot drop is sort of giving me so much trouble. I can't get the dink over the cross court and the person is just smacking the next volley. All right. And we leave that for every single point that people went, wish. And afterwards, that point can be sent directly to a coach. So we built an entire ecosystem where we have on one side, like a marketplace for coaches. We're going to have probably access to thousands of coaches very soon. And we are solving a problem for accessibility, affordability, immediacy, and personalization of coaching. Because most of the players out there actually struggle finding a coach and having access to a coach. They are coaches who belong to private clubs that are busy and maybe not accessible to the world outside of it. But they are also coaches who are retired, injured, laid off. It can be anything. It can be just at home resting because the weather is bad. And SpinTip is a platform which gives a stage to every coach to help every player out in the world. And the biggest benefit is that you're actually saving a lot of time and a lot of money. The way that you do it is you are compensating the coach for your time. But with our video player, you can curate custom clips and make the short video, which really captures the essence of your problems. And in a span of 3 or 4 points, describe all your problems from that particular game. And as a result, you can save up to 95% on the cost of a lesson, and you can receive response within 24 hours. So
That's amazing. There's so much going on with this app. It's not just a video recording, it's not just, curating some clips, and it's also not just like a resource to find a coach. It does literally everything that a player could possibly want.
that's what the vision is. The vision is to, first of all, allow people to capture their game seamlessly. Our motto is capture, connect, and improve your game. So if you're a player and you can just press a button like a normal camera application, it makes all the sense in the world to use SpinTip because the experience is the same as using your phone camera. But what you're receiving is a compressed video of your best points that you can then curate for whatever purpose you want. And that all happens in a very interactive and fun way. The second thing which we are really hoping to achieve is connecting players and coaches. That's one thing, but also connecting you, a player, with your own game. A lot of players just want to review their game, and we're giving them the tools of very easily just going over the footage, scrolling between points, pinpointing exactly what's happening, and giving them an opportunity to leave their own impression about their own game, or using it as a coaching tool, as a self-improvement tool to go and hone in on your game. And the last part is to improve. Is like, how do you improve? By you can self-analyze the game, but also you can reach out to a professional. And we want to give people access to coaching, make it affordable, make it fun, make it accessible, and make it immediate. So those are like the three pillars of what we're building the whole platform around.
It's amazing stuff. And when we were together and we were playing, one of the we invited Tanya, and one of the things that she asked about was like, okay, how much space is it going to take on my phone? Roger was asking, do we need to set up a tripod like 5 feet above the fence so we can shoot down and get the whole court? And you go, no, 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 no. Here, I'm just going to set up my little tripod. It's about 5 feet. It gets the entire court. We didn't have to like do anything special, and it
No.
takes up no room on the phone, so that people are bogging down their phone and all. I mean, it was so seamless.
Yeah, that was the beauty of good engineering and a good product is to make it seamless, to make it non-intrusive, to make it a no-brainer to use. So we spent a lot of time perfecting our you know technology to work from more or less any position behind the baseline. As long as the phone sees the court, we are good to go. There is no special need to have special devices. You don't need to have a special fence mount. A simple tripod that everybody has nowadays is going to do the job. Um, yeah, it is just so easy, and we don't need to adjust anything. You just press the button and you forget it. You just go and play because that's what matters. Is go.
Yeah, you know what I love too is that pickleball, there's so many different generations playing pickleball at the moment, but this app sounds so easy to use for any generation, any age playing. They literally can just download it and figure it out as it goes. There's no trouble behind it, because I know that some people may have some um, tough times with technology, but this is so easy. And being able to locate or to get in touch with a coach through the same app, I think, is just creating a platform that anybody, any age, can use.
Yeah, I actually had a small story if you guys are interested in hearing. I was last week I was in Florida, and I was very fortunate to spend a little time in a very beautiful facility called Pictona, and they hosted a 750 people tournament, pickleball tournament. So I'm I have my personal highlight because I met Ivan Lendo and I got to spend time with him. But
So cool.
we set up SpinTip in the center court, and every match that we played, we recorded with a single phone, and we created professional, high definition quality highlights in real time, with all the digital branding of the sponsors of the club available immediate to the people immediately after their game. And funny you mentioned the whole thing with the age gaps, because pickleball has some brackets that are 8 to 29 years old. That's one bracket. So you can see sometimes kids 8 years old playing with 29 years old, but also you have 75 plus. And then all those people come to the center court and they announce, oh, you can, see your video. So you have the older generation come to the court, and sometimes, they're not super fast with their phones. But I show them how you can just take the video and it transfers from my phone to their phone, and then it's right on their phone. And I was like, oh, this is so cool and so easy. And there was
Yeah.
one guy came to me and just give me a little bit of a hug, say, "Oh, you made my day. I wanted to see."
Oh, that's
No,
sweet.
because he played against Ivan Lendo, and
Oh,
yeah, they got a little destroyed, but that's besides the point. But he was like, I will never forget this thing, and now I have the memory for it. And
Yeah.
also you can take the video and you can download it in normal format, and you can play it on a big screen. We have the possibility to save it as a standard definition or high definition highlight, so you can watch it on a big screen if you choose to, or you can keep it as a small video format of several highlight points on your phone, and saves you a lot of space. So, and the kids were like crazy about it. It's like, oh my god, this slaps, this is amazing. I'm going to snap now with all my friends that we're going to how I destroyed this guy over there. And
they want to get it on TikTok as fast as they can, right?
Right.
kids were very interestingly, yeah, Snapchat is still a thing, and people really want to do that with the Snapchat, because that's where their peers lie, they hang out
Oh,
there. So amongst peers, I think it's Snapchat, and amongst the community, amongst the social, is TikTok and maybe Instagram a little bit. And that's why we made SpinTip so easy to share stuff. You just click one button, and immediately the video that you curated for yourself or for your social platform gets uploaded as a story, as a reel, or as a message. With a single click, so you can be on Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat with the click of a button.
Literally, you could still be at the court 10 seconds after the point, and you could post it.
Yeah, yeah.
That easy.
Not only that, I mean, we created something for the facility itself. So we recorded 4 days of tournament play on the center court. We generated hours, like tens of hours of digital content in real time. It was posted on all their social platforms with branding and everything, and the whole community can get together and watch it. We increased the engagement with like 4 times in 2 days with their social outlets, which was very easy. And it's people don't expect that to have their video ready for them. It's like going to amusement park and you ride a
yeah.
ride, and then you go and get your picture, but now you're not getting your picture, now you're getting your AI generated highlights with your sometimes best plays, and all the points ready for you to consume however you want to consume them, or share with whoever you want to share. And of course learn, because a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to immediately send it to my coach because I play a match afterwards, so maybe he can tell me what I need to do better for my next match. So it
Oh,
creates,
that's
oh
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
powerful, right? I can play a match and I can be unhappy about my game, and I can very quickly curate a clip or just send the compressed videos to my coach. And if the coach is available currently, I can receive something meaningful about my game in seconds, in minutes, because the coaching experience is very immediate. I send the video, the coach sees point by point, sees the questions and the responses, and then responds immediately. We embed everything into the video as a subtitle, so people can watch their game, they can see their impressions and they can see their personal coach opinion or analysis of their game. So it creates this experience where you go through your game and then you have like your coach right there, kind of curating your experience and helping you get better.
I like what you said about the subtitles, and I was really impressed with that yesterday. So, like, we were recording our match, and we kind of took a few of the clips, and then literally, you can just, we were pretending to send it over to our coach. We're sending it over to Roger, let's say, and say, "Hey, Roger, I'm netting too many of my, too many drives that are hit at me." And we can put that as a subtitle so he knows exactly what to look for
Yeah.
in the video that I'm sending, not just kind of I'm just sending a video and go, what do you think, Roger? Right? I can be very specific on what's happening and what's concerning me.
Yeah, we wanted to create an experience that encaptures the habits of all types of players. Some players are very hands off. It's like, I play, I give you all the video, you figure it out. Like the coach needs to figure out. Some players are very involved. They want to leave something specific. Some players even want to make a suggestion to what the coach is supposed to look at. Say, hey, coach, see what's happening here, right? I think that I can do better than that, right? So we are creating just a communication channel where you can express yourself however you want to express yourself, and then the coach has their own expertise. But also, very importantly, the coach already has this relationship with the player, and the coach knows more or less about the player's style, you know, you know, preferences, or the style that they want to receive analysis. It's also very important how the analysis is being received. And maybe it's a segue, maybe it's a different topic, but SpinTip is very well positioned to nurture the personal relationship between a player and their personal coach. And that relationship grows over time. Today, something happens, the coach helps you. Tomorrow, something else happens, the coach helps you. That is a mutually beneficial and perpetuating, relationship that we want to capture and we want to nurture.
Sounds
I have a
amazing.
question. I know, Bridget, you have a question as well, but I want to ask you something because obviously Roger's my coach, but Bridget doesn't have a coach. So
Yeah.
for people out there that don't have coaches at this point, how do they use SpinTip to find a coach?
It's literally just click a button and then you have exposure to every coach that is on the platform. You can choose by sport because we're supporting tennis and pickleball seamlessly, but we may be adding more in the future. So you can select the coach by sport, by location, and by price point. So every coach on the platform defines their own price range and defines their location, approximate location. We're not really, so I can be, well, I'm in the Bay Area, so I can look for anybody in the 5 mile radius and I can see all the coaches that are in 5 mile radius that are maybe, $1 to $3 a minute range. And then I can see who is available at this particular moment if I don't have a coach, which gives a huge exposure to, coaching, because sometimes you don't get access to a coach who is 3 miles away but belongs to the Bay Club or some other club, but SpinTip actually brings the coaching to the surface. And I'm hoping also that it's going to bring to the surface a lot of the coaches that have a lot of experience, like retired coaches who have years and years and decades of experience that can help people, but they don't have the stage. So you can search by sports, location, and price point, and then
And you
you
get to see the profile of the coach too.
there is. Yeah, every coach on the platform has a profile. They can put whatever they want to put. Maybe their specialty, maybe their strengths, maybe their weaknesses, their certifications. We're verifying coaches if they're legit, in a way. So I'm also filtering them, and I was a tennis director at Meadowwood, so I have a high bar of acceptance. So is it? Yeah, high bar of acceptance. So the coaches on the SpinTip platform are going to be good coaches. um, People should still make their own research and choose whoever they like for whatever reason. And maybe it's important to say that the SpinTip is designed for players to find coaches. Coaches cannot solicit players.
Mhm.
I believe that the coaches have to be a coach has to be a service provider that needs to provide service when needed. And the power of SpinTip is that through our technology, you're actually saving a lot of time and money, making coaching accessible. So you can even shop around a little bit. Like instead of paying hundreds of dollars an hour, you can select 2 or 3 points that you need help with. It's going to cost maybe $2 to $3 to $5 to go and ask a coach for an opinion, receive something back, and see whether you guys are gonna whether they're gonna click, whether they're going to gel with each other, and hopefully that's going to start a relationship that's gonna grow and continue and perpetuate, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, Uncle, I'm glad you asked that because I was literally going to ask the same exact question on how how it's worked out where the player matches with the coach and what that process looks like, and it sounds like it's easy. And I do like that the player is the one in the position to seek out the coaches rather than coaches kind of shopping themselves around and kind
No.
of advertising themselves. I like that the player, it's on the player to do their research and to find someone who gels well with them and their style.
Yeah, the player needs to feel the need to reach out to a coach. If they don't feel the need, we don't want to push that need towards them.
Right.
Sometimes as a coach, I can see that somebody can benefit from an instruction, but they're getting their own basket, practicing on their own time, connecting with themselves, or just enjoying it. So we don't need to push instruction to anybody, but we definitely want to make instruction available, like I said, accessible, affordable, and immediate. We are guaranteeing that you're going to receive something within 24 hours, which is very powerful, because if you play today, you know that within 24 hours you're going to get something that is very fresh in you. You still remember what happened. So when you have already the memory, the feelings, the experience, you have the video, you have your impressions, and you have your response, then you're creating you're almost like reliving the experience one more time from the perspective of the coach and from your own experience, and you can really quickly build up on that experience and get better in no time. Yeah, it's really efficient.
Yeah. Well, we live in a world of immediacy now too, where you go on Amazon and you get your package the next morning. This is keeping up with the times, I think, just like immediate responses to your gameplay. So yeah,
Marketing, like
you're leveling it out.
prime coaching, in 24 hours.
One of the things that you kind of teased me with the technology, and it's coming very soon, is like how SpinTip is using AI to learn and help the relationship between player and coach as well too. Can you kind of tell everybody about what the vision is with the AI technology?
Yeah, the vision is very ambitious, very exciting, and hopefully challenging, and fun as well. What SpinTip wants to achieve ultimately is to bridge the gap between in-personal coaching and online coaching. It's like when I have a lesson with my coach, the coach is there to tell me, to guide me, to give me tips, spin tips, and to sort of observe what's happening while it's happening. So ultimately, we want the experience to be, I play my game, and then we're going to have an AI coach that is going to help you navigate yourself and your game a little bit better, which is going to be based on your interaction with your own personal coach. So SpinTip is the architecture. As a systems architect, I built an entire platform that captures your experience and your behavior. So every time that you're interacting with the platform, we are learning a little bit more about what you like, what you dislike. And also we are learning a little bit more about your relationship with your coach. And at the end of the day, we want to present information the way that your coach would present it if your coach is not available. Because if we have to be honest, uh, good coaches are busy. They don't have all the availability in the world. So I hope that a good coach will dedicate a little bit of their time, maybe their free time, maybe their downtime, to SpinTip and help their own customers or maybe new clients. But the availability is always going to be limited. So if my coach is not available, I would still like to receive something immediately. And that's where the AI coach that we're going to design and build in the near future is going to help almost mimic the experience of having your coach next to you. So we're doing a lot of, we've laid down the foundation to create an AI coach. that is going to, complement your personal coach, that is going to be driven by the instruction and the relationship that you receive from your coach, in combination with all the instructions of all coaches and all players. So we are hoping to create a community driven AI experience, AI coach, that is going to be very beneficial for everybody, with or without a coach, that is going to be grown by the community, driven by the coaches, because coaches are going to be incentivized. So if you contribute to the program, if you teach your students, which can drive business in person or online for you and for the facility that you work with, this relationship is going to be rewarded. And also, if your students, if your personal students use the AI coach, you're going to get paid as well. So you can have passive income, and you can, enjoy your downtime.
Wow, this app does so much. And for all of our listeners who are players or coaches and are just as excited as we are to get started on this, where can they find SpinTip and kind of give the breakdown of how they can download it and become a part of the community?
SpinTip is available on the App Store, available for iPhone right now. And if we have enough community requests, we are probably the only company capable of bringing SpinTip to Android. But so far, I haven't really seen a lot of requests for SpinTip being an Android application. So I don't want to make promises. Currently, the application is iOS only, available on the App Store. You can download it from our website, which is spintip.com, or directly from the App Store. And we are also creating a very unique experience of receiving the application from your coach. So every coach on the platform has a way of, connecting with their entire client base with a single click. And whoever downloads with the referral links of the coach not only gets to download and use the application, but also gets direct line to their coach instantly. So it is very seamless and it's very easy to use.
And you're doing kind of a special promotion right now for the users.
Yeah, of course. We want people to be on the platform. We want people to use it, and because we design SpinTip to work on device, we don't have much overhead and costs. So we are offering SpinTip completely for free for the next 2 to 3 months. And even after the promotion, SpinTip has a free plan, which is very extensive. You can record several hours of high definition video. You can curate several clips. You can connect with your personal coach. You can download and share and curate videos with certain limits absolutely for free. So for basic use, SpinTip is going to be available for free. And then if you're a very heavy user, or if you want to be able to reach out to multiple coaches and then do unlimited recordings, unlimited sharing, unlimited analysis, it's going to be very, very affordable. Because we had a conversation yesterday. I was asking the question because we provide hopefully a lot of value for facilities, for coaches, and for players. Because with a single use, a player can save hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Because you can just create a 1 minute video that captures the 3 or 4 important moments that you need help with, and you're saving 60 times the lesson cost, which can be hundreds of dollars on a single use. So our premium service is going to be very affordable. It's going to be like $5 a month for people who want to subscribe. Yeah, and then when we develop the AI coaching part, we will come back to the audience. And
We'll have you back on when that's ready to go because I can't wait to try it out too.
yeah, I'm very excited. We already laid down the foundations, and we're working hard towards that goal. And in the beginning, might be a little rough, a little bit, bumpy, but we're starting on this journey, and I think that it's going to be great for everybody that plays pickleball, tennis, and racket sports.
We know it will. So let's do our third shot toast
Cheers,
to
guys.
SpinTip and
Cheers.
you, Stefan. You've created a fantastic tool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on with us today.
My pleasure. This was very enjoyable. I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know why.
It's the passion of pickleball, tennis, the app stuff. It shows through. And like Uncle said, this is an amazing app, and I'm sure everybody who's listening is excited to get on it.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I said earlier, the application is completely free to use. So it makes all the sense in the world, in my opinion, if you have a phone to give it a try, and see if it works. See if you have find some ideas how we can improve it. I'm always open to suggestions and to opinions and to, you know, hear what people think about it and how they want to use it, because we make assumptions of it, and I come from a, place of authority in a way, like I'm a player, I'm a coach, but it's so interesting how people have their own opinions of how the applications can be used or should be used, use cases of how it can be used and when it can be used. So very happy to have a community of people who are using it and giving us feedback, and we want the entire pickleball and tennis and racket sports community to come back to us.
Yeah, and I can speak firsthand. We spent some time, and you were very open in listening to the feedback that all of us had for you, and it was a great conversation that we had after seeing it and using it. It was a really great experience, and you got to have some laughs with us on the court as well too. So that was fun.
Yeah, I learned that you can lob in pickleball, so that was amazing.
We had some good times. We had some good times. So again, thank you so much for coming on, Stefan. And for all of you listening and watching right now, thank you for joining us at Third Shot, where Bridget and I would continue to share our pickleball journey. Real special thanks to Stefan. And please go on to the App Store, download the SpinTip app. I know you're going to get some value out of it, whether you just want to post to your community, you want some coaching, it's going to be something that you will probably really appreciate for your pickleball game. And then go to the website spintip.com. You can support this show by going and subscribing on our different podcast apps as well as on YouTube. And we promise to have more amazing guests just like Stefan in future episodes of Third Shot. So let's continue to share our enjoyment for the game and grow this pickleball community together. See you next time on Third Shot Podcast.